Welcome everyone to Mineral Arena. Brent Chapman here with Mike Claggett, and we're bringing you Senior A Lacrosse, the Richmond Outlaws, and Victoria Payless. You're looking at the Outlaws right there as they get ready to start this matchup tonight. We've waited a little while to get this thing going this evening, and it looks like it should be an interesting matchup. Currently the Payless you see there are 0-5, and really not the kind of start you expect from a team from Victoria, Mike.
Well, they've had a few injury problems to start the season out. They're starting to get a few of their players back now. Alton Davis has been missing for a while. He's their top gun, so he should be doing some goal scoring for them tonight.
What about on the other side? You got a chance to see Richmond play. What can we expect from them?
A very disciplined game. They play tough man-to-man defense, and then they switch it up with a zone. They got great special teams. They're one of the improved teams this year.
And the referees for tonight's contest check to see if everyone's ready to go. Ray Durante there with the mustache, and Ron Corsato here at the Richmond Arena. Paul Michael will take the draw for Victoria Payless. In goal for Victoria, Ken Passfield. And on the other side, it looks like it's going to be Dallas Eliak in goal for the Richmond Outlaws. Outlaws in black, Victoria in the orange. And Richmond can't control. Tough hit by Michael. Paul Michael puts a hit on Russ Hurd. Recognize a lot of these names from the junior lacrosse. Victoria picked up a few players from their championship team last year, the Minto Cup. Tried to one-time it there. Cowieson. Here comes number 24. Down the list. Good not to have that on the list, actually, when 24 comes out there. We, off the post. Goaltender Zach says, somebody watch that guy. Hurd will slow things down just a bit and let the Outlaws make some changes. Not a bad start to the game, Mike. A good shot there.
That's Kenny Thomas. He was the #1 draft pick for the Outlaws this year. He went first overall. Used to be a junior for the Coquitlam team.
We found ourselves trying to track down the proper lineups and talking to managers and people. Game time is probably one of the worst times to talk to them. We'll have to get a few things straightened out. Bear with us. Richmond moving in. Stewart took a shot. Gets the shot clock started all over again. 18:36 in the first period. Quick little pass to the side. Scott Parsons. Parsons tries to tuck it in. Can't do it from there. Thomas for Victoria. He'll slow things up, and we'll get a line change from the Payless side. Number 10. Blackwell.
Richmond starting out with a zone on the first two shifts, Brent. Able to keep the ball the way to the outside, and a turnover interference call against Victoria, so Richmond will come back.
Mike, is there a characteristic as far as Victoria's concerned, what you expect to see from them year after year, or has that changed?
Well, 5 years ago, they used to be one of the dominant teams in WLA. In the last few years, they've really struggled. So with the new talent they've got this year and the players that they're going to get next year from the Victoria team, the junior team, they'll be a top contender in a few years' time, but it's going to take a little while for them to gel as a team.
Tom Huntley, you saw there, number 66 for Richmond.
Seen Victoria play once this year against a Coquitlam senior team, and they used to have a 45-second clock in the league. They just put it in at the start of the year, and Victoria made a mockery of it. They stood at center with the ball. They ran the clock down to 15 seconds, so they'd waste 30 seconds on every possession, and then they'd go in and do their offensive play. So that was one of the main reasons why they went back to the 30-second clock.
Didn't last too long. Here's Huntley for Richmond. Trying to pick up the player on the side there. For the Outlaws, the black uniforms. They're slashing a hard shot from Huntley. Stopped there by goaltender Ken Passfield.
Both teams keeping everything to the outside right now, Brent. Some tough defense. unable to get any fast breaks. We'll see if the pace will pick up in a few minutes. They're just feeling each other out.
Grant Pepper working from the left side, quick little pass. And a hard shot, good save. Webster, the captain of the squad. Been playing in this league for a few years. You heard some of the fans here comment earlier. He's been around for about 14 years. Art Webster. Troy Polzer, number 4 for Richmond. Has some room. Lets a shot go and a good save by Ken Passfield. Pepper again. Dishes it off to Thomas. He'll start things off for this attack from Victoria. 16:26 left in the first period. You're watching Richmond Cable 4. Paul Michael from behind the net does his work. Loose ball picked up by Richmond. Henry in all alone. Watch him. Nice goal. Made no mistake about it.
Ball was turned over in the defensive end. Richmond was able to pick it up. The thing is with the zone, Brent, that Victoria rather has to move the ball behind the net and try to break the zone that way, and they cause a loose ball because of that, and they were able to break away 2-on-1. Cowison picks up one of the assists for the Outlaws.
Great goal by Brad Henry. Marched right in and fired it home. Just didn't mess around at all. Here's the announcement.
Brad Henry, assist to number 11, Keith Collison. Second assist to number 4, Troy Polzer. Time and a goal, 3 minutes, 51 seconds.
Parsons, number 14 for Richmond. Watch closely there by Bissenden. Thomas looking for the long ball up the side. Couldn't get it to Dillon.
It's got Rawson, Thomas, and Scott Parsons on the same line. They were junior players on the same team for Coquitlam Junior Adanacs.
Marjanovic. The shot, is that a goal? Wait. Looks like it's on the line. No. Good save from goaltender Delaseliak. A 2-on-3 break. I don't know if that's too fortunate. They'll slow things up. Victoria is going to try and find some room. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Hamilton. John Hamilton. Everyone marked pretty closely out there. Hamilton trying to find some room. Takes a shot, a high one. Good job defensively by Richmond.
Switch it up there to a man-to-man, and they were able to put some good pressure on the ball. Victoria is yet to get a good scoring opportunity.
Troy Polzer.
Interference was called against the Outlaws, so.
Alton Davis. Grant Pepper. Pepper, number 18. Got Wayne Baker out there. Baker sets the pick. Pepper still can't find any room. There, he's got someone on the side. Ball went back to Pepper out from Van Dyke. Pepper still controlling. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Intercepted. There's Brad Henry again. Henry moves in. Nice little pass. Will he play it back? No. Shot.
Brad gave up the ball a little too early there. The defender hadn't committed himself yet to him, and pass it back to Keith. He was expecting the back pass, and Keith shot instead, Cowison, so unfortunate there.
A 2-on-1 break, couldn't convert this time. The score is Richmond Outlaws 1, Victoria Payless no score. Payless are currently 0-5 and at the bottom of the league. And a sneaky little move there from number 20, Paul Michael, worked his way in front, took a shot, couldn't do much with it though. Handled nicely by goaltender Delaseliak. Russ Hurd. It's the player coming off the bench. That's James Stewart. Jamie Stewart. Stewart, you knew he had in mind trying to hit that open man. He had Thomas on the side. Couldn't get him. Stewart finds some room. The middle opened up for him. Good work by Bissenden, though, to close it down. Took a little too long.
30-second shot clock expires. Got to move the ball up the floor a little quicker instead of running it up.
What else do you attribute that to when you lose possession? Is it always maybe an offense that isn't clicking quite right, or can you attribute that to the defense shutting things down?
Yeah, definitely some tough defensive play can do that. But you got to be alert to when there's 5 seconds left on the clock and at least be able to get a shot on net and maybe try and get a rebound, even if it's not a good shot.
On a night like tonight, there's really not a lot of fans here, unfortunately, tonight at the Richmond Arena. Would your team help out?
They should be yelling from the bench shot, to shoot the ball. And we didn't hear much comment there, so.
A little quiet. Hard shot there from Tom Huntley. Let the drive go, went a little wide. Blackwell dodges a couple forecheckers. A little bit of a press from Richmond. They backed off, and Victoria moves the ball up. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Davis from the left side. He's got some room here. Nope. Hangs on and loses control. Victoria Payless gets it back. 9 seconds. Shot goal. Number 29. Grant Hamilton. Just want to make sure I got the right Hamilton there. The brothers, John and Grant. Grant got that one.
It's a nice goal there by Grant. Alton Davis earlier on in that possession beat his man one-on-one. Richmond's going to have to watch out for that. When they play their zone, they should be playing it against Alton Davis because he is one of the best one-on-one players.
First goal scored by number 29, Grant Hamilton. The assist to number 9, Alton Davis. The second assist to number 10, Warren Blackwell. Time of the goal, 8 minutes and 5 seconds.
Victoria's tied it up. It's 1-1, 11:48 left in the first period. Brent Chapman here with Mike Claggett at the Richmond Arena. And we're watching Senior A lacrosse action. If you had players about the same level getting together for a game like this in Philadelphia, they'd have this place sold out with, what is it? They put 12, 13, 14,000 fans in those places?
It's really caught on in the States, so hopefully they can promote the game a little better up here.
Henry, nice play.
It's a nice little pick and roll there by Polzer. A little unlucky.
Tried to tuck that in, just goaltender Elliott got a piece of that. Victoria's number 18, Grant Pepper. Off to Thomas. Bobby Brown is number 25. Thomas tried the sub shot, didn't work out too well for him. Plays it in the middle, quick drive from Bobby Brown. Good work by Brown to get that shot away. Number 18, Mike Gillis. Gillis looking for some room or someone to pass to. He decides to pass it. Inside. Blackwell to Davis. Davis watched closely by Parsons. Pass went a little too far, and looks like number 18, Mike Gillis, for Richmond. What's he going to do?
Once again there, Brent, they had to go behind the net to set up to break the Richmond zone. And another breakaway opportunity for Richmond, but just unable to cash in that time.
Robbie Dillon. They might look back and kick themselves for not getting those. Scores 1-1. It remains that way after a nice break. John Hamilton, another opportunity. Gillis again, he leaves it to the Richmond Outlaws. Davis watching the Richmond player closely. A little confusion there by Richmond, wants to set things up. Van Oss tries to drive in. Decides to take the shot and can't get it past the defender. Blackwell, number 10, is all over him. Davis can't get control of the ball. Richmond. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And that was a futile effort by Richmond. Just couldn't get control of that ball. Marjanovic is out there, number 22. Davis trying to find some room. May want to try and do this on his own. Tries a little stutter step. Get some space. Webster Huntley and Ed Van Dyke exchange a few words, but nothing comes of that. Russ Hurd on the far side. Looking for somebody. Watch closely. Hurd. All alone, parked on the doorstep. Couldn't convert. That was Stu Watson. Henry. He's got something in mind. 23 seconds on the clock. Shot. Looked like that went off the post.
Got a holding call coming up here, Brent, against number 7 for Victoria, so Richmond will go on the power play.
Holding goes against number 7. That's Wayne Baker. We'll get the announcement from stadium announcer, or arena announcer, sorry, Rory McLeod.
Victoria penalty to number 7, Wayne Baker. 2 minutes for holding. Time and a penalty, 11 minutes, 53 seconds.
In watching them play previously, what do you know about the power play as far as Richmond's concerned?
Well, they got a really potent power play up top and down to the crease. Scott Parsons, one of the crease men on the right-hand side. Cowison will be on the power play, setting it up.
Control goes to Black. Thought there might have been a penalty there. Michael looked like he might have tripped him, but possession goes over to Richmond, number 11. Let's see how they set this up, Mike. Henry.
Everybody a little touch of the ball right now, moving around.
Find the weakness. Nice and quick. Good save there. Elliott got the, Passfield got the stick down.
Yeah, Scott Parsons unlucky down there low. It was a quick stick shot, and nice save by Passfield.
Brown gets roughed up for Victoria, gives up the ball. Here comes Richmond. Huntley slowed down, and Bissenden was right there on him. Cowison. You can tell Victoria doesn't want to walk out of Richmond without a victory. They might be tired of that big 0 in the win column. Cowison. Over to Henry. Cowison, nice little back pass. Flipped shot from Henry. Boy, I'll tell you that Henry's got such a quick release on him.
Yeah, he's going to get called for a follow-through here, I think, and he's going to go to the box for a couple minutes. Yeah, sidearm shot, and he slashed the Victoria player. Oh, they've called it the other way, Brent.
There you go.
I thought it was Brad going to the box there for a follow-through, and
Paul Michael gets
Victoria
the gate.
penalty to number 20, Paul Michael. 2 minutes for slashing. Time and a penalty, 13 minutes. Michael for slashing at 13 minutes.
Richmond
Exactly. 7 minutes left to go in the first period. What's that?
Richmond a little lucky there. I felt it could have been 4 aside now. They'll go 5-on-3. They're going to have to start scoring a few goals. They've had lots of opportunities, and like you say, it could come back to haunt them later on.
How do you like to work this situation when you get the 5-on-3? Where I know you're going to.
A few of the teams I've seen previously, they play it with a 4-on-3 and they hang one man back because the 5th man is just an extra wheel. They don't need the 5th guy. So they keep the guy back at center to prevent the fast break.
Now, but how are you going to kill this? Just keep moving as long as you can?
Yeah, it's going to be tough with only 3 men because they could put 3 men on the ball. So
they're putting
he's already back over.
2-2 and 1. There's 26 seconds left in the first penalty and 1:33 in the second. So there's still 26 seconds with the 2-man advantage. You know, Richmond's got to go straight to work here. Here comes Cowison. Cowison, the point man. The shot goes wide. Here's another one for Henry. He scores. You kind of know when he gets a hold of the ball, it's going home.
Picked up the rebound off the backboards. They'll still have 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining in their other power play, so another chance to cash in.
So Henry picks up his second marker tonight on the power play. You're right. Still a little bit more time left there. There's Coach Al Lithwaite.
Richmond's second goal, a power play goal scored by number 55, Brad Henry. Assist to number 9, Russ Hurd. Second assist to number 11, Keith Cowison. Time and a goal, 13 minutes, 43 seconds.
Delayed penalty here. Goaltender, Passfield. Passfield's out of the net. Victoria, they got 5 attackers, so they're playing it even. A little bit of rough play goes against 18, which is Mike Gillis.
All even.
They're all even now. So for about 1 minute and 4 seconds, we'll have a power play for Victoria because there's still 56 seconds left in the previous penalty.
Richmond penalty to number 18, Mike Gillies. 2 minutes for boarding. Time on a penalty, 14 minutes and 4 seconds.
I think referee Ray Durante was ready to let go the first shot, but it's when he finished it off and hammered him into the boards, he didn't care too much for that.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown can't get to it now. Finally, Bissenden does. Rick Brown will bring up the ball for Victoria. They'll play 4-on-4 right now. Bobby Brown with the ball, being watched closely there, taking a few shots. Long shot, and a tough one to handle for goaltender Eliak.
Good defense there by number 17, Rick Rawson. Likes to lay the lumber on there, and Brown didn't like it, asking the ref for a slash call, but this is the WLA, and you're allowed to do quite a bit of that.
Where do they draw the line, or is it judgment?
It is really judgment. They let him really go at it.
Nice goal, number 12. Stu Watson. We were talking and he was scoring.
This is a key goal for the Outlaws, Brent, because Victoria will be going on a power play in another 11 seconds, so they've got a 2-goal lead now.
11.
I got 11 seconds left to go in the penalty. Ray Durante was asking.
For Richmond's third goal, scored by number 12, Stu Watson. Assist to number 55, Brad Henry. Second assist to number 14, Scott Parsons. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 49 seconds.
You saw a shot there of Chris Hall, the coach of Victoria, and you know that coaches at that point, you hate giving up those soft ones. The ones that you have, you're 2 men short or something, you understand that. But the soft ones, you don't want those to go in.
They're going to have to come back with a goal here to get right back in the game.
Victoria's on the power play for the next 50 seconds. Davis tried to sneak his way in there, couldn't do it. Here comes Pepper. Shot, nice save. You like goaltender Eliak, you like the way he plays.
Yeah, he comes out and challenges the shooter very well. He stands his ground and makes them make the move first, so.
Short-handed. Bird took a shot and he's being hammered right into the corner.
Well, unlucky he couldn't get the ball away there. Cowison was breaking through the middle wide open.
Troy Polster trying to find some room. Here comes Victoria. The ball scooped up nicely by Michael on the break. Looking for somebody there. Nice pass. It's Rick Brown. Brown still has it. Long shot. 18 seconds left to go on the clock, but it's picked up there by Henry.
Gonna get a wraparound call there.
Cowison, he'll take his time and wait for the goaltender to make his way to the bench. Not the same urgency in lacrosse as it is in hockey when you get the delayed penalty. You can control the ball just a little bit better. See if they can get one good shot off here. There's a whole bunch of players up there. The previous penalty the Richmond player had expired. 13 white. As a coach and an avid fan and a former player, how do you like to see a game called? Do you like a little bit more?
Number 13, Mike Thomas. 2 minutes for holding. Time on a penalty, 16 minutes, 23 seconds. Thomas for holding at 16:23.
How do you like to see a game called?
You have to. It's like in the hockey. You have to let some things go and call the other things. It's the time of the penalty that is the crucial thing. Late in the game, if the score is tied, you like to see things slide a bit because you know you're going to get a break as well.
Henry to Cowison. Russ Hurd, Cowison. Over to Henry. Had the chance in front. And Scott Parsons found himself parked on the doorstep again. Couldn't do anything with it. He had a chance before and missed on that. I know they want to convert. 1:14 left to go in the penalty. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Parsons gets a good whack there on the hand from Webster.
Tried to bank it off the back there. Tried to catch Passfield sleeping, but he was tight on his post.
Couldn't get it from the front. May as well try it from the back if you can. Fast break ball to Rick Brown. Brown dodging a few Outlaws, trying to get control. And after all that, to flip a blind pass out, it's too bad. Rick Rawson's shot and a goal. Rick Rawson came off the bench, grabbed up the ball, and ran down the length of the floor.
A power play goal. Rick's not on the power play. He's there to get the ball and get the power play unit out, but he was able to fast break 2-on-1. Brown didn't go to him, and he was able to put a bounce shot
Scored by number
past
17,
Passfield.
Rick Rawson. Unassisted. Time and a goal, 17 minutes, 42 seconds.
Rick's on a bit of a roll now. That's 3 games in a row that he's hit the scoreboard, so hopefully that'll continue for him.
I'm not sure if a coach really would want him to take a shot like that on a power play. You may want to set that up a bit more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but
you got
it's tough to say. Anytime you can get a 2-on-1, you've got to go for it.
Van Oss tried the shot. Bissenden takes a hard shot there. Huntley puts him right down to the floor. Good work by Huntley. Bissenden. Thomas shot and a goal. Nice pass.
Steve Van Oos caught sleeping there. He was watching the ball instead of his man, and he was able to slip in behind him and quick stick it past Dallas Elliott.
We got 2 Thomases out there, Mike Thomas and Ken Thomas. Which one is the high draft pick?
Ken Thomas. He
Second
was
goal
the
scored by
#1
number
draft pick.
25, Bob Brown. The assist to number 13, Mike Thomas. Second assist to number 24, Lee Bissenden. Time and a goal, 18 minutes, 14 seconds.
Henry, he's got a couple of goals tonight for Richmond. The score is 4-2 in favor of the Outlaws. 1:31 left to go in the first period. Hurd trying to barge his way in, can't find anything, tries a sidearm shot. Steered aside by Passfield. Good job by Passfield. Hard shot into the, hard hit into the boards by Blackwell. He's throwing his weight around out there. Hurd gets a shot back, and they're both going to go. I think what might be upsetting some of the Richmond fans is that the call came down here on the boards against the Richmond player, but over there the Victoria player did the same thing and nothing was called. Yeah. Art Webster arguing the case.
Which one which? White's the high stick.
So Hurd's in the box, and so is Blackwell.
Get your 1 minute warning first.
Warren Blackwell for Victoria. There you see him. Warren started off the game throwing his weight around, Mike.
Last minute of
He's an
play
aggressive
in the
player,
first
and
period.
that's his job, so.
Good save. Got that
Penalties
big
on the
left
plate.
shoulder up.
Victoria, number 10, Warren Blackwell. 2 minutes for high sticking. To the Outlaws, number 9, Russ Hurd. 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of these penalties, 18 minutes, 55 seconds.
Nice save.
Oh yeah, you like to see Alton Davis out on a 4-on-4.
2-on-1. Polzer couldn't do much with it. And Victoria races back to shut him down. It's a 4-on-4 situation. Parsons. Stewart. Jamie Stewart looking for some room. Watch closely by Brown. Stewart's got a second, and he just manages to let a weak shot go. 14 seconds left to go in the first period. The score is the Richmond Outlaws 4. Victoria Payless 2. Shot and a goal. Nice one by Bissenden. Came around the corner. And Elliott didn't get a chance to even see that.
Yeah, tough luck there for Dallas. He left the space on the near side, and with 3 seconds left, a game that has really been dominated by Richmond in the scoring opportunities, but Victoria's only down by 1 goal.
That's going to be a real lift going into the dressing room.
Definitely.
Lee Bissenden. Assist to number 27.
Well, we'll wait for the proper assists. I think it's
What's the assist on that one?
20-7 is the call from the official scorekeeper up top. So the score is 4-3 for Richmond over Victoria. Mike, your thoughts on the first period?
Well, some good defensive play by both teams. some fast break opportunities by Richmond. They've got to cash in a little more. Happened to them the other night against Coquitlam. If they don't start scoring on them, they're going to start paying the price in the third period when the game gets tight.
Yeah, they really squandered those opportunities, and that's going to hurt. But let's see if Richmond can come back. They've got the opportunities. They're making the moves inside and getting the players open in front.
They set some nice picks on the offensive side. Victoria a little weak on picking them up on the switch. They're going to have to watch that in the next period.
Okay, the score is 4-3 in favor of the Richmond Outlaws over Victoria Payless. We'll be back with more lacrosse action in just a moment. Back at the Richmond Arena, Brent Claggett ready for the second period. We've got the clock showing 20 minutes, but we haven't seen the Victoria side yet come out. Richmond's out there, and they're ready to go. The score is 4-3 in favor of the Outlaws. We talked about them capitalizing on some chances. How about defensively? How does Richmond look?
Richmond's playing very well defensively. They, like I said at start, they switch up the man-to-man with the zone. They've been doing a really good job. They've got to watch it when Alton Davis is out there. They should be playing the zone against him because he's one of the best one-on-one players in the league. So they're going to have to do some defensive changes when he's out there.
Victoria, I noticed that the goals they got, a couple of them were from real quick shots. Is that where you can't penetrate as much as you want to, so you got to take the shots from the outside?
Yeah, that's one of the main things with the zone is they force the shots from the outside, and Dallas Elliott is one of the best goaltenders in the league, so that's what they want to do.
All right, there the Victoria Payless team is out there, a little bit of a talk. I think that goal really inspired them. They got a goal late in the first period to get things happening. A goal scored by number 24, Bissenden, who was doing a pretty good job all the way around out there for Victoria. They got good work from quite a few players. They want to try and break this losing streak that they're in. They're 0-5 right now. They're in the bottom of the league, and they're not too familiar with that. Victoria squad's usually a little higher up. 55 seconds left to go on both the penalties. They got penalties for roughing went to Hurd and Blackwell in the late in the first period. So we'll see those players back out. In a 4-on-4 situation, do you give the advantage to either side in this?
It's kind of tough. Like I say, Alton Davis with more room out on the floor. Richmond can't play a zone on a 4-on-4, so he'll be able to go one-on-one a little more. They'll try and get him out as quick as possible.
If it comes back to, or the ball comes back to Elliott. Sorry about that. Cowieson, Keith Cowieson. Nice little pass in the middle and a quick goal to start things off. Stu Watson, he got that room you talked about, tucked one inside at 1944.
Nice little pick and roll there. Victoria didn't switch properly and was able to pop one in.
There's a score of 5-3. And I think any of that energy that they felt from the goal they scored late in the first period was probably taken away by that.
Trade?
Terry Trod, the announcer.
Richmond's fifth goal scored by number 12, Stu Watson. Assist to number 11, Keith Cowison. Second assist to number 35, Dallas Elliott. Time of the goal, 16 seconds.
It's nice to see Dallas picking up an assist there, chipping in on the offensive end. But the pick and roll there is one of the main plays in lacrosse nowadays. The person comes and sets a pick. They try to switch on it. They don't switch in time, and he's able to get free behind his check, and they just lob it over the top, a little pass. Richmond does that quite well.
So with 4-on-4, now we've got a...
I think Passfield's gone to the bench. He's got some equipment problem with his stick.
And, well, casual conversation on the side, not too intense. A mild summer night. Good place to, actually I was surprised. I thought there'd be a few more folks show up for this. A good senior A lacrosse action. Got a young fella here, looks like he's been playing some lacrosse on the other side. Yeah, big smile on his face. There you go, ducking out of the way of the cameras. You're saying that Coquitlam seems to be doing quite a job with their promotions. They've got some full houses.
I was there the other night trying to get a parking spot. We had to park down the road. It looked like a playoff atmosphere in there. They had lots of young kids running around and bringing their parents out, so they've done quite a good job.
That's the way you want to do it. Start from the ground up.
Yeah, they've got some good management there in Coquitlam, so.
Well, maybe a little bit later on in the year you might see a little more interest from the community side for Richmond Outlaws.
Yeah, they've been struggling for a few years, and when a team's losing, you don't really pay much attention to them, but starting to play a lot better brand of lacrosse out there, so hopefully they'll get some press in the paper and some fans will start coming out to the games.
Passfield's back in the net. We'll draw one quickly. Victoria screams down the side. A shot just went wide. A shot there by Rick Brown, number 14. Henry comes back. Quick pass went over the shoulder of number 12, Stu Watson. Passfield, bounce pass to Brown. Rick Brown. Davis, good save. Sliding across was Eliak to make that one. Mike Thomas, watch closely. 25 seconds. Both penalized players are back out on the floor. Hurd got a piece of that. Didn't know where it went. Russ Hurd for the Outlaws. 18:52 left to go in the second period. Brent Chapman here with Mike Claggett at the Richmond Arena. 5-3 the score in favor of the Outlaws. Outlaws wearing the black. Victoria Payless in the white with the orange. A well-placed shot there from Davis. Worked that ball free, and it's a white ball. Art Webster, captain. Victoria takes time to set this up. We're down 2, Van Dyke. Finally got another player out there. Looked like they were short somebody. Baker's out there, number 7. Baker, ooh, quick little shot. Nice one, nicely done. Quick hands from Baker.
The 2-on-1 here, they work them out of the bench and back check.
Nice heads-up play by Jamie Stewart to get that pass off from the floor. Steve Van Oss plays that up to Huntley. Tom Huntley trying to pick his spot. That's Jim Dorman, the first time we've seen Jim tonight. Looking for some room in there. Van Oss shot, went off the post. Victoria brings the ball back. Paul Michael wearing number 20. Michael picked up an assist on the last goal in the first period. Bobby Brown was behind the back pass and tried to get it. Brown tried to get it in, but Elliott was there on the spot again. Elliott doing a great job tonight. 17 minutes left to go in the second period. Quick pass, shot, Passfield makes the save. Bobby Brown. John Hamilton. Hamilton can't find much room. Watch closely by the Richmond defense.
Good defense there by Richmond. They're being very aggressive on the ball, giving no time for the Payless players to get set up.
Stu Watson moves up with Henry. Henry has the ball for Richmond. Watched by Davis. Gets a little bit of room, but not enough. There comes the shot. Good save out of the maze of players. Pascal managed to dig that one out.
Yeah, he was a little unlucky. He couldn't get the ball in his stick quick enough. He had 2 guys breaking down the floor for a fast break.
Davis gets away from Polzer, only to put the ball right onto the stick of Henry. The Outlaws have it again. Hurd. Henry's open. Nice bounce pass. White ball.
Interference call against Hurd there. Davis gave him a little shot away from the ball and he got him back, so he turned the ball over.
Robbie Dillon. Pepper. Tried to swing that stick up. Rawson, he's got a break. Passfield came out, got a piece of it. Richmond can't control it. Rawson just missed on that one. Dillon put it up to Webster, and I'll tell you, Victoria dodged another Outlaw bullet.
Passfield came out to challenge the pass to Rawson there, so Rick had to watch his blind side and was then able to pick up the pass. A little lucky there.
Parsons. Here's Dorman. Jim Dorman. Dorman's got some wheels. He can move. Pepper and Dorman collide. And there's an extra shot. And the referees saw that. Referee Ron Cursado and Ray Durante both saw the little shot at center ice, but decided to let it go. Paul Michael now for Victoria with the ball. Would you try and protect a 2-goal lead, Mike?
It's a little too early for this. They'll have to wait a bit longer. 2 goals, it's only 2 shots, so.
And really, the way Victoria has been scoring, they've been scoring on those shots. And it's not been so much in working the ball around and getting the nice pass. And there's a penalty. Game goes against Dorman. Dorman continued on the little dispute him and Michael had.
Slashing. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 38 seconds. Dorman for slashing at 5:38.
You got to know when to give it a rest.
Yeah, exactly. When the ref's looking at you and you've been in a tussle with a guy, you've got to just turn your back and maybe get him later with a good check, but did it right in front of the referee and he's paying the price for it now.
Power play for Victoria. Pepper's going to want to move this ball up quickly, set things up in the offensive zone. Dillon's out there, Davis, Rick Brown. Ball to Brown. Over to Davis, quick pass. Davis looking for some room, takes a shot, a good save by Eliak. Can't control it though. Finally did, Dillon was there.
Got a back-in violation against the Outlaws. It was played into the crease by a Richmond player and Dallas picked it up, so he turned the ball over.
Like Thomas, a quick little pass to Dillon, and they made that look pretty simple. Fired that one home.
Yeah, Ravi Dillon, he's great on the power play. He's got a quick stick and balls in and out as quick as you can blink. He's able to cash in on a power play opportunity there.
You okay, Bob?
Victoria's 4th goal, a power play goal scored by number 12, Ravi Dillon. Assist to number 13, Mike Thomas. Second assist to number 14, Rick Brown. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 10 seconds.
I spent the whole time trying to pick out who the other crease man was. I knew Dillon was on one side, and by the time I found out, he scored a goal. So I could have just waited for the announcer. Cowieson. Hurd tries to give him another pick. Now Hurd has it. Well, who's got it? It's on the far side. It's Henry. Cowieson couldn't get the shot away. Watched closely by the Victoria defender. Cowieson still has it. Holzer goes off. Cowieson still can't find any room. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Henry. Oh, a little flip didn't work out too well. Hurd. Couldn't get the shot away. Blackwell's there.
Be a 30-second violation. They changed the shot clock back to 30 seconds and there was no Richmond shot. There was no possession. I'm gonna move it back to 4 seconds, it looks like.
Well, okay. 4 seconds and... Oh, all right, Alton and Hurd go off. Both get the call for slashing. Davis doesn't get mixed up in too much of that, does he?
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
a lot of guys, he's one of the offensive threats for Victoria, and guys give him a cheap shot, and he does tend to retaliate quite a bit too often. So
Victoria penalty on the play to number 9, Alton Davis, 2 minutes for slashing. To Richmond's number 9, Russ Hurd, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of these penalties coming at 7 minutes and 14 seconds.
The penalty gate was left open. It went in. It looks like it bounced off of somebody in there.
some tough luck there for Dallas. He made the save and went down, and I think he batted it in with his own stick.
Tough break. The score is now tied at 5. Tell you one thing about lacrosse, don't look down and try and check out the score sheet or anything because they'll fire the ball in.
That's right.
Victoria's 5th goal scored by number 15, Art Webster. The assist to number 6, John Hamilton. Second assist to number 3, Ed Van Dyck. Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 32 seconds.
And Van Dyke and Hamilton, John Hamilton, get the assist on the goal from Art Webster. Keep it moving. Huntley, Pepper. Art Webster to Blackwell, over to Pepper. Pepper watched closely there by Huntley. Van Dyke tried to find some room behind, went for the spin. Watched closely by Dorman. Dorman's on him. Good save by Elliott. Took it up high.
Got a fast
Long
break
pass.
there.
It's London. Darren London waits and gets a shot. And a good save by Passfield. He had Huntley with him.
He's got to move that ball quickly and then maybe get the return pass, but he's got to get the defender moving a bit.
Backing his way in there was Darren Hogan. Got some rough treatment for his efforts. 11:26 left to go in the second period. Long pass.
They call too many men, I think, against Richmond. They left the bench a little early on a fast break opportunity.
The lacrosse player we were talking about, the young fella from another, looked like a practice or a game, walked by with a couple milkshake containers and chips. Worked pretty hard. Is that what the lacrosse stick is used for actually after the game? Is for carrying stuff like that?
Carrying refreshments.
Carrying refreshments. It works well. It looks like a bench penalty coming off is Van Oss. We'll get the official call.
Richmond penalty, a bench minor for too many men. Penalty was served by number 23, Steve Van Oss. Time of the penalty, 8 minutes, 36 seconds.
5-5 is the score. And we've got a 4-against-3 situation. Victoria with the 4. Darren Hogan chasing after John Hamilton. Well, let's see how they work this. No, I don't see it. They should have a 4th player out there.
Yeah, they
Somebody's
got 4
missing.
out. Now they got 5
Now
out.
they're 5.
They've got too many men, and the referee ignores it.
Some confusion. Great save by Elliott. Came across to make that one. Rick Brown is out there. Pepper. Now it's the regular power play. Davis and Hurd are back out. On pass ahead to Poulter, and Poulter player comes right off the bench. That's shouldn't have gotten the play. Too many men is going to be the call. A player coming off just didn't come off quick enough.
That's right, and the player that came on interfered with the play, so the referee had to make that call. Bit of sloppy play right now, Brent. Lots of penalties being called. A little undisciplined.
After a first period that was pretty tight.
Yep.
Things are loosening up just a bit.
3 minutes, 28 seconds.
.32 left to go in the second period. We're talking in the break of how quickly a game can go, but if it's played like this, it can take quite a while.
Yeah.
Penalty was served by number 3, Ed Van Dyck.
Well, Terry Trott says it's Van Dyck, but I heard earlier it was Van Dyke. I'm going to go with Van Dyke. Thomas right on top of Bob Brown. Grant Pepper ahead to Brown. Brown watched closely there by Rick Rawson. It's a power play for Victoria. They're trying to, I'm not sure who they're trying to work free. Actually, it's not, sorry, it's 4-on-4. They lost the power play opportunity. Brown worked his way in. Took a neat little shot, actually. Almost worked out, almost fooled Eliak. Right at the buzzer. The Outlaws. Gonna change him up. Hurd is out there now with Cowieson. Henry. And number 14, Scott Parsons. Parsons hasn't had a lot of luck right in front of the net. See if he can get something going this time. Henry. To Hurd. Long shot. You can hear that, you hear the counting of the seconds. That's the timekeeper letting the penalized players know that they're ready to go back on the floor. Van Oss is back out there. 47 seconds now. Richmond has the power play. Davis. Gonna try and hang on to this ball as long as he can. Rick Brown tried the long pass to Davis. Pass to Cowieson.
Well, Richmond hasn't scored for
I was just going to say that to you.
12 minutes now. They scored in the first 30 seconds of the second period, and it's been quite a while. So
a good shot, and it was stopped by goaltender Ken Passfield. He's played a good game. Tried to see Passfield there when the player gets behind the net, throw that stick up, see if he can get a piece of it. Looks like could get a break here, and they do. Blackwell's coming down the floor. He's all alone. Blackwell, shot, good save.
big save.
Eliak, and he picked another one off the rebound from Hamilton. John Hamilton tried the rebound, didn't work out too well, Mike.
Teams are 5 aside now, the penalty's over.
Dorman for the Outlaws. If you just joined us, the Outlaws are wearing black, Victoria Payless in the white. Dorman, roughed up a bit, gets the pass away to number 13, London. Darren London gives that off to Van Oss, Steve Van Oss. Huntley, a shot knocked down there by Hamilton. 17 seconds left to go on the shot clock. London gets past Hamilton, takes a shot. Nice move. Here comes Webster. Won't stand for that.
Now Jim Dorman, he's going to get a 2-minute high sticking call there. A lazy play.
Might have been inadvertent, but it's still pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that. Rick Brown. Pepper to Davis. And the penalty goes against Jim Dorman, his second of the second period. 7:21 left to go in the second period. The score is tied at 5. There's Jim Dorman. Can't be too happy with the situation.
Richmond spent quite a bit of time in the
penalty
box.
to number 8, Jim Dorman. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time on a penalty, 12 minutes, 39 seconds.
We didn't see much. I don't think we saw Jim Dorman at all in the first period. Then Coach Al Luthwaite decides he's going to throw him out there. Picks up 2 minor penalties. A little disappointing when that happens.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to have to watch himself the rest of the way. He picks up another cheap one. It could really cost the team.
Unfortunate turn of events for Victoria. That ball went out of play.
3-on-2 here.
Another mix-up. It could cost them a goal. Mix-up on the bench, and it does, in fact. Goal scored on the side there. The last guy you want to have in that situation is Henry, but some confusion at the bench. They had a tough time getting players out, and they left some players unmarked by their own net.
And even when that goal was scored, there were still only 4 men on the floor for Victoria. You have to wake up on the bench and have proper line changes. Can't be giving up shorthanded goals in a game this tight.
Richmond's 6th goal, his 3rd of the night, and a shorthanded goal scored by number 55, Brad Henry. The assist to number 11, Keith Callison. 2nd assist to number 7, Jamie Stewart. Time on a goal, 13 minutes and 3 seconds.
Earlier I mentioned that it was Coach Chris Hall back there, and Mike eloquently pointed out during the break that in fact was Dave Loudon. Might that have something to do with a little of the confusion at the bench?
Maybe so, but the players should be alert. They know who's going off and on in each situation on a power play and shorthanded. So they should be ready to come off and go on right away. The coach really doesn't have too much to say in that.
Davis, Pepper, shot, great save by Eliak.
Be a fast break opportunity here.
Huntley, nice play by Pepper just to get a piece of that. I think he might have touched his stick before he could get the shot off. Here comes Russ Hurd. Pass again to Huntley. Huntley watched closely there by number 18, Grant Pepper. Henry now for the Outlaws. He's got himself a hat trick tonight. Trying to find some room. Quick pass to Cowieson. Shot. Just went wide. Shot clock went off. They didn't get that shot away. Hang on now.
They were shorthanded anyway, and the shot clock shouldn't have been running, Brent, but they still didn't get the shot on net, so it's going to be turned over. Victoria was able to pick up the loose ball.
Alton Davis. Rick Brown. Robbie Dillon. Davis. Van Dyke up there. Hard shot. Good save by Eliak again.
Dallas has made 3 good ones in a row. Some quality opportunities for Victoria. They didn't really have too many of them in the first period, and they're starting to get some chances now, and Dallas is coming up big.
Putting out the fire. Let's see if he can keep it up. It's been exciting goaltending from Dallas Eliak so far. At the face-off, Davis goes down, along with Thomas. The ball squirts through. Van Dyke has a chance for it. Loose ball. Polzer digs in and gathers it up nicely. Over to Hurd. Hurd will start things off. Richmond short-handed. Can hang on to this ball and can kill the penalty. Almost had the short-handed mark. Hear the count. Dorman's back out. Huntley. He's got the other man out there now, Huntley. We're going to have some changes and good penalty killing from Richmond.
They did a good job on the special team unit there.
Watson trying to find some room. Stu Watson. His shot just goes wide. For 14 for the Outlaws now with the ball. Scott Parsons. Shot from an odd angle. Parsons got the rebound right back. Hamilton passed just a bit too far.
And that last possession, time was running out on the shot clock, so Scotty had to let one go. He's able to pick up his rebound. Just couldn't put it away.
That was Grant Hamilton there. Rick Rawson over to the captain. Brad Henry. Henry's got a couple of goals tonight. Actually 3. And watch how quick, if he gets a chance, watch how quick he lets go of that ball. Hurd. Looks like Cowieson. Hurd. Can't get it, and here comes Alton Davis. Wait.
A delayed penalty called there against Victoria. They get a high sticking call.
So Ray Durante calls the penalty against Rick Brown. He gets a call for high sticking.
Victoria penalty to number 14, Rick Brown. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time and a penalty, 15 minutes, 47 seconds.
It's a good opportunity, Brent, for Richmond to take control of the game once again. They've had the opportunity to bury Victoria a few times, and they've let them off. They can get a 2-goal bulge going into the second period. Will really pick their confidence up.
Neat little play, and goaltender Elliott comes out to play that. Right off the draw, flipped it right back. And they're going to get the power play unit out there for Richmond. They march out workmanlike fashion. Cowieson, Hurd, Henry. Cowieson, Henry. And Henry missed on that pass, but Cowieson was there to cover up. Hard shot.
Nice pass by Hurd there to Scott Parsons, and he let it fire just as it touched his stick. A great save there by Passfield.
I think he may be having some problems with the shot clock. I'm watching that, and it seems to be going up and down. And I saw 31 on there once. I'm not supposed to see that, am I?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Victoria players might even be noticing this as well, that there's a problem there. I have a face-off to the left of goaltender Ken Passfield, who's done a pretty good job. Both goaltenders have come up with some great saves. I think maybe a couple of Elliots are a little more dynamic.
Throws his body around quite a bit more.
Sure does. Takes him off the face just to show you can do it. Cowieson over to Henry. Pass it right across the floor and taken out on the play. Henry there to gather up the ball, and it's kind of surprised that Paul Michael was waiting for that. He should have, might have wanted to go after that.
You have to be a little more aggressive on those loose balls.
Cowieson. Working the ball nicely over to Henry. Keith Cowieson again. Henry, nice little back pass, finding the Parsons. Hard shot and blocked, and it goes up into the stands. The score is 6-5 with 2:53 left to go here at the Richmond Arena. I'm Brent Chapman, along with me is Mike Claggett, doing an excellent job of the color commentary. He does some play-by-play in Coquitlam when he gets a chance to. Man about town.
Yeah.
Shot and a goal. Cowieson makes it look easy. They played that ball for the first time, it seemed to, where they played it back from the crease out to the point.
Yeah, that's the way you have to do it. They got a good diamond. Victoria was playing a diamond on defense there. Takes the shooters out of the game, and you have to work it down to the crease, and then when they switch it up, you got to work it back out and get the quick shot, and Cowieson was able to do that there. A nice little sidearm.
Seventh goal, a power play goal scored by number 11, Keith Cowieson. Assist to number 7, Jamie Stewart. Second assist to number 9, Russ Hurd. 17 minutes, 15 seconds.
You seem to be impressed with Richmond. I notice there's a little hint in just the way you talk about them.
I got a few friends that play on the team, and I followed them playing in the Coquitlam Junior team, and now they're out here for Richmond. They've had some tough luck in the past, people not
Nice
coming
save.
out and playing for them when they were drafted. And starting to build a pretty good team here, so they're going to start to get a little more respect.
They seem to have some good shooters. Pepper. Watch there by Dorman. Great job by Elliott. What an active goaltender in there. You talk about the way he throws himself around. He did it again right there. You know, when you see your goaltender with all those pads jumping around like that, it's got to give the players up front a little bit of motivation to get out there and move around as well. Dorman now. Mike Gillis. He barges his way in and takes a shot.
There's a crease violation there. He stepped in the crease, so Victoria will get the ball. It was a good effort there.
I was going to say, you like the shooters on Richmond?
Yeah, definitely. They got some top scorers out on the top, and now they've picked up some good creasemen in the draft in the past few years. So
there's been some thought in their draft.
Yeah.
The 13. There's Mike Thomas, a long shot there from Blackwell. And we just about picked up our second broken light. We had one in the warm-up.
I think you have to give a lot of the credit to Al Luthwaite and John Allen. They've done a fine job behind the bench for the Outlaws. A young team, so a little hard to discipline, and they've really stepped on them right at the start of the season, made them work really hard in training, and it's starting to pay off on the scoreboard.
Henry. There's a little move by Henry. Holzer now picks up the ball for the Outlaws. 1 minute left to go in the second period. There's a shot. Cowison's shot is stopped by Passfield. Passfield's done a great job to keep Victoria in this game. The score is 7-5. Bissenden. He got the late goal in the first period. See if he can do it again. No, he's going to head off to the bench. It's going to be up to the troops that are out there now. Robbie Dillon. Rick Brown. There's a chance from the side. And Blackwell didn't get the shot away. Brown. Blackwell. Shot. And Elliott got a piece of that. Henry. Boy, what a neat player. He just managed to get the ball and lose the check all in one motion. 15 seconds left to go. Here's Polzer. Troy Polzer. Off the side. Opportunity in front and a good save there by Passfield. 7 seconds. They turn the ball over. Blackwell. He's pushing and shoving a bit there on the side with Van Oss. A white ball. 2 seconds left to go. That'll be it for the second period. Alton Davis is going to try a long one into the meshing. So the period will end 7-5. 19 shots each. All right. Now, that was, you were saying it got a little sloppy. They seemed to tighten up a little bit later on in that second period.
In the last 10 minutes or so, Richmond started playing some better defense and weren't taking as many penalties. And they were able to get the lead back 7-5.
Well, it was 4-3 at the end of the first. It's now 7-5. We didn't see the goal scoring that we thought there was a potential for. We saw so much of Richmond moving the ball around the first period, having some breaks, and we're going to see if they could take advantage of some of those. You commented there was about 12 minutes there where they didn't score anything. I don't think they even had any great opportunities.
Yeah, they were shorthanded for quite a while there, so couldn't really get their offensive system set up. So they were able to control that in the last 10 minutes of the period, and they were able to score a couple more goals.
Right in saying, we saw a couple penalties there where we had the too many men on and bench minors basically is what they are. But when you start calling penalties, you got the man short, you had 2 men short. Does it get confusing for the players at the bench? I've thought of that after that. Maybe there's a point there where you're starting to wonder who's supposed to be on, who's off.
In the situation that they had there, they were on a power play. They
Right.
had their ball hawk unit out on the floor. The power play unit is supposed to go to the door, and they didn't get them set up properly on the bench. I guess the players didn't know they had the ball or something, and therefore shorthanded goal was scored.
I think, when you talk about when you take a penalty, that was almost like not having enough men on the ice, and they pay or on the floor. They really paid the price on that in the goal.
And it's tough to give up a cheap goal like that on a odd man situation. It's hard enough scoring on a power play. You can't afford to give them up shorthanded.
Right. Or when you have the man advantage, exactly. All right, the score is now 7-5 in favor of the Outlaws. They managed to get back the lead that they had, a 2-goal lead, and it was an exciting second period. We're waiting for the third, so stay with us. We'll have more lacrosse action from the Richmond Arena in just a moment. The Victoria Payless are down by 2 goals. They're probably talking about that right now, going to try and get back in this game. They are sporting an 0-5 record. We talked about that a couple times already, but it's a team that they don't want to be in last place anymore.
They're going to have a tough time on their hands right now. Richmond knows they can beat this team on any given night, and I think they're going to do it tonight. They're going to play some really solid defense in the third period. And like you said earlier, will they hold on to the lead and maybe slow things down? Well, in the last 10 minutes, I think they're going to slow things down.
Okay, I think that's Mike. We can almost call that a prediction.
Yep.
Mike Claggett, you heard the voice of. I'm Brent Chapman, and we're back for the third period watching Richmond Cable 4. Brian Bosworth down in the truck and a crew of expert cameramen and sound technicians at the controls, bringing you this third period. The score is 7-5. The story probably would be Henry on the other side of the line, number 12. Or actually, sorry, number 12 for Richmond. Stu Watson picked up a goal early in that period, and Robbie Dillon scored one or actually a couple in that period for Victoria. Watson's back out there. There's Cowieson. Shot from Watson. Big collision in the corner there. Bissenden watching Cowieson up to Hurd. Henry trying to find some room, puts on the brakes. Watch closely and jumps up to make that shot. To no avail.
Some good defense there by Victoria. They can't afford to let many goals go by now.
Darren Hogan was number 2. He was right on top of Henry. Didn't let him get a clear shot. There's Grant Hamilton. Henry has the ball. Brad Henry ahead to Watson. Watson, long pass to the player coming off the bench. That's number 7, Jamie Stewart. Stewart looking for some room. Made the shot towards the net, but didn't have the ball. Grant Hamilton was back there for Payless.
A little bit of tunnel vision there by Stewart. He had a couple men cutting through, and he just went straight for the net. He's got to get his head up and have a look.
Stewart right on top of Blackwell. Davis now has the ball. Alton Davis. 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
Seen a few fancy type checks there by Stewart. Only do that in a desperate situation. He almost cost his team a goal there. Davis was able to tuck his stick in and just about put one away.
Van Oss. Huntley's out there. Dorman, quick shot. Dorman would desperately like to get a goal. He picked up a couple of foolish penalties in that second period. A quick shot goes into the meshing. The shot clock went off. Blackwell. Langham. Dan Langham for Victoria. If you've just joined us, it's Victoria wearing the white, and the Outlaws with the black and silver attire. Quick shot from the side. Looks like he might have got the post, or Elliott got a piece of it. Probably the way Elliott's been playing, he probably got a piece of anything going near that net.
Quick line changes for both teams, up and down the floor, and then right off and get the next line out. And keep them fresh for late in the third period.
17:21 left to go in the third period. Hurd tried the pass to Henry. Dorian Clark, first time we've seen him, got a piece of that. Clark. Cowieson. Hurd with a side shot. Racing back and doing a good job to get a piece of it was Cowieson, but just a little too late. Shot clock starts up again. Webster, captain of Victoria. Payless looking to set things up. Paul Michael. Get some room on the right side, looking for somebody there. Quick pass, but just took a little too long to recognize Darren Hogan there, number 2. Hogan right on top of Polzer. Michael, shot and a goal.
Bad turnover there by Polzer. He's not too happy with himself behind the Richmond net, and Victoria able to get right back in the game.
It's now 7-6, a 1-goal game. 16:33 left to go in the third period.
Victoria's 6th goal scored by number 20, Paul Michael, unassisted. Time in a goal, 3 minutes, 27 seconds.
Unassisted marker. You kind of thought Michael was going to get on the board. He sure put a lot of effort. Here's a break now for Richmond. Shot just went wide.
There's Ken Thomas there.
On pass up the side and a big hit. From 17, Rick Rawson. Nice pass. Winding his way in is Darren Hogan.
Some good help there on the defensive side by Richmond, able to close the area down.
Michael again with the ball. Paul Michael, pass to Bissenden, hard shot, good save. Michael. Long pass. Rick Brown, 24 seconds left on the shot clock. Bissenden. There's a shot and a penalty. And I can't think what Parsons was thinking about. But he hit him once and Michael moved up the face mask on Michael and he whacked him again right in the face and picked up the penalty. And with the score 7-6, I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do.
14, Scott Parsons. 2 minutes for high
Coach
sticking.
doesn't mind.
Time and a penalty, 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
Coach doesn't mind when a player takes a good penalty in a certain situation, but a foolish penalty like that can only hurt your team.
Yeah, pretty obvious with the referee standing right there. I wonder if that's the kind of thing. Well, he's in the box, so let's see if Victoria can capitalize on it. Pepper keeps control for Victoria. Dillon tried the shot from the side, just went wide. Good effort. Davis, roughed up there by Polzer. Davis comes away with the ball. 6 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They've got to get it off in a hurry. Nope. Took a little too long. Huntley. There's a break. 2 players out for Victoria. Came out right in time. Huntley. The ball to Hurd.
They'll try and kill as much time off that power play as possible.
Trying to get the shot. More offensive punch from Richmond in this shorthanded situation. Hamilton getting tied up there with Huntley. Davis, Johnny on the spot, picks that one up. Nice pass down the side.
Too many men again for Victoria. Another sloppy bench change, Brent. You were talking about that a little earlier, and they're going to pay the price again.
Maybe Parsons doesn't feel so bad anymore after that. A foolish penalty taken by Victoria. And now you can see Dave Loudon, the coach over there, telling those guys, look, you got to know when you're coming and going here. It's not so much you can have a lot of guys on the floor at the same time, just no one else touch the ball.
That's basically it. And left a little too early. They give it about 4 or 5 yards now before you can leave the bench, before the guy comes to the bench, and he was a little too far away, and they had about 6 guys out there. So
Victoria penalty, a bench minor for too many men. Penalty to serve by number 21, Bruce Lander. Time on a penalty, 5 minutes, 42 seconds.
Lander will serve the penalty. Blackwell gives it off to Davis. Now 4-on-4. There'll be a Richmond power play out of all this in the end. And again, there wasn't a player on there for Victoria. And Polzer got a piece of that, tried to intercept it, and Elliott brings the ball out of harm's way, gets control, and now Richmond will bring the ball up the floor. Give it off to number 14, Scott Parsons, or number 11, Cowieson, sorry.
be on a power play in about 4 seconds, so they'll hold it up until Scott gets on the floor.
Parsons will get in on that power play. It's his normal spot there by the crease. Ooh, hard shot, just went wide. And another shot. Another one went wide. Here's a long pass. Great save there by Elliott. Rick Brown. Huntley. There's Huntley for Richmond. 12:54 left to go in the third period. Score is 7-6 in favor of the Outlaws. Alluding to what Mike said at the start of this period, the last 10 minutes are going to be interesting either way. Hurd, sub shot. Went wide. Richmond can't get those shots on the net.
It's a tough power play situation and you can't score, so you know Victoria's playing some tough defense.
Played the ball back. Pass back is what I wanted to say. Davis, hard shot, and another great save by Elliott.
Got a fast break here.
Watson, the penalized player, is back out on the floor. Here comes Watson. Stu Watson trying to find some room. Watch there by Webster. And Richmond, now they look like they're shy a player, and they are. At the bench by the Richmond Outlaws. Rick Brown. So off to the side to Hamilton. John Hamilton over to Brown. Davis trying to find some room. And Davis didn't get a very good pass away. 11:25 in the third period. Watson to Hurd. Off the bench is number 7, Jamie Stewart. Watch closely there by Hogan. For Victoria. It was 4-3 after one period, 7-5 after two. It's now 7-6 in favor of the Outlaws. A bit of sloppy play here, Mike. On both
Team's
sides.
in a bit of a panic. I don't understand why. They've got to slow the ball down on each possession now and make sure they get some quality shots away. It's getting a little late in the game to start throwing the ball away.
Okay, you're a coach and you see your team starting to get a little bit, play getting a little ratty, and by them maybe a little, like you say, a little panicked. What do you do?
Well, in the WLA, they've got a timeout, so if Richmond scores one more goal, Victoria will call a timeout and get things settled down and make sure they can start getting there. They'll cut the bench down is what they'll do and have the cut it down to 3 lines and sit some of the other players out that have been playing and try to get more offensive into the game.
Blackwell's out there. He's been an instigator from the word go. See if we can get something happening. A break now. Here comes Rawson. Good job by Rick Rawson to break up that threat. Dorman. 7-6 for the Outlaws. And for the sake of us watching this game, it is only a 1-goal game. You get a few goals up and they can shut things down, but we're going to see some excitement here. Richmond trying to find some break. Here's Huntley, hard shot, good save. Passfield controlled that rebound. Probably that was the best part about that. Eliak gathers up that one. Plays it off to Van Os. Yeah, the save wasn't that much. The fact that he played it off his chest protector as well as he did, Passfield made it look pretty routine. It was a hard shot. Watson. Nice job by Henry to get that pass, but he couldn't control it. Here comes Victoria. Grant Pepper. Brad Henry. Going to find a little bit of room. Slow things down a bit. Watson will set it up for the Outlaws. Here's Hurd. Waits for the troops to come in off the bench and plays it off to one of those players. Looks like Stewart. Jamie Stewart. Over to Parsons. Nice work there. Yep.
Tough defensive play by Victoria. Done a good job in this third period.
Bissenden. Neat play by 23 Langham. Give the ball off to Hogan. Bissenden leaves it for Paul Michael. Paul Michael trying to find Rick Brown. Couldn't find him there, looking for somebody open. And he can run around all day out on the outside. You got to get the shot away.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppy line change there from Victoria. It took them almost 20 seconds to get the proper unit out. They only had 10 seconds to get it away.
Well, that time it's too late. See if Richmond can be a little more effective. 8:28 left to go in the third period. Dorman with the ball for the Outlaws. Takes a hard shot there from Lander. And Lander, he gets a shot back from Dorman. You can see Dorman a little more conscious of where he's hitting. Kept it low. Davis. Alcon Davis, always dangerous. Backing his way in, a shot. A tricky one handled. Actually not handled by Eliak. Watched it go by, couldn't get a piece of it on the rebound off the boards.
Seen that quite a few times today, Brent. Shot clock expiring and the team unable to get a shot away.
And we talked about, you were saying before, good defense. In a lot of these situations, so sloppy changes, maybe a little sloppy on the offensive side.
Wasting lots of time on the clock, yeah.
Henry. Comes Hamilton. John Hamilton for Victoria Payless. Pass into the middle. Had a little bit of room there. His brother, Grant Hamilton. John goes off, and so does Grant. Grant Pepper now. Looking for a spot. Nice pass. Had Webster. Webster couldn't get the shot away again. The defense is right there on the side, and a good save by Eliak. But the ball goes to Richmond.
Yeah, crease violation there against Pepper.
Victoria looking good and working the ball on that attack. Stewart. Watched closely there by Langham. Huntley trying to find some room, takes a shot. The pass off to Dorman. Dorman got a quick one away, but it was saved there by Passfield.
Another big save.
The only marker so far in this third period has been an unassisted goal by Paul Michael. 6:15 left to go in the third period. 7-6 is the score. Victoria would desperately like to tie this one up.
Richmond's got to start taking a little more time off the clock on their possession now. Time's on their side with the clock running down with less than 6 minutes left.
You still want to attack a bit though, don't you, really?
Yeah, but also you got to make sure that the team doesn't fast break on you, so you want to hang a few guys back and really play a defensive disciplined game.
Bissenden, hard shot. Elliot's there, gets a piece of that. A little bit of room there for Brown. He bounces it at Elliot. I'm going to say as well is that maybe the best thing to do is work that clock down, but get that one good shot right at within 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they'll try to do.
Hurd, roughed up in front, gets Polzer takes a shot. Just went wide. Hurd tried to get the pass. The ball comes back to him. Polzer's there. Got that right leg wrapped up. Polzer with a shot and scores.
That's a big goal for Richmond.
He found he worked himself around so much and finally got an open spot, just enough to get the shot away.
Yeah, he did a great job there, cutting through. He put it right between the legs of Passfield on a bounce shot. Passfield's very tough up top if you just shoot it without a bounce, and able to put that one in and give him a 2-goal lead. It's gonna be tough
Richmond's
now.
8th goal scored by number 4, Troy Pelzer. The assist to number 9, Russ Hurd. Time in a goal, 14 minutes, 48 seconds.
We're going to see a lot of Alton Davis in these last 5 minutes, Brent. He's going to get a lot of floor time now.
5:07. Robbie Dillon, hard shot along the boards from Rawson. And Dillon didn't like that too much. Neither did the referee.
Yeah, a little unnecessary there, Rick. He should have held his ground a little and not charged in the way he did.
Rick Rawson doesn't really agree with it.
Having a penalty, 15 minutes and 1 second.
Rick and Ravi go way back to their junior days, so they played against each other for quite a few years. And
Smarter of Robbie Dillon not to retaliate in any way. Gets the power play. 4:58. The score is now 8-6 in favor of the Richmond Outlaws. We've seen some outstanding performances, some sloppy play as well, but some great performances, especially from goaltender Dallas Elliott on the side of Richmond. He's been just outstanding. Thomas, Alton Davis lost control, a little sloppy play, surprising from Davis. Hurd, long pass, fast break. Cowieson shot, good save.
once again, Keith shooting it without a bounce, and Passfield standing his ground. He's got to make a bit more moves on that.
Pepper. Grant Pepper, Alton Davis. Pepper. Now there's some room there, and the pass was just too far for Pepper. He had all kinds of room to get that shot away. 1:11 left to go in the power play. Long shot, just about put that one on the net. Hurd. Hurd, Webster's going to have to attack him, trying to work that ball. Stewart had the ball there on that one. Stewart went low, and it went wide. Ball comes back to Hurd.
Back over violation, and they'll turn the ball over to Victoria.
Victoria's looking for a break like that to get the ball back. 3:41 left to go in the third period. The score is 8-6 in favor of the Outlaws. Shot right on. Elliott was there. Quick break here now. Huntley. I think he's got Cowieson with him. Rush to get that shot away. Here comes Davis. 17 seconds left to go in the penalty. Davis is going to wait to set it up, find some room. Great work and a great save. Elliott reached back to get a piece of that. Looked like he might have got the handle of the stick. 5 seconds. Dillon. Pepper. There's a shot and another, either off the post or Elliott kicked that one. I'm not sure.
I think that one hit the post,
Did it?
Brent. Yeah, they're going to have a face-off to the left of Dallas.
Another ball's thrown out. And there's Alton Davis. You can also see the Polzer, whose goal is going to be well, in the next couple minutes. So right now, it's actually, as soon as he scored it, it changed the entire complexion of the game.
Victoria's going to have to work the goalie out of the net now and get the 6-on-5 in the next minute and a half or so. They can't afford to let too much time go by. Richmond should just slow it down and run as much time off the clock now as possible.
Captain Brad Henry, wearing number 55 with the ball for Richmond. Watch there by Hogan. Henry tries to make a break. Cowieson. Put it into Watson. 6 seconds left on the clock. That's not too bad. 2 times counting down. Hurd with a long shot. Right on, just a little too late. Bissenden. But they're running that clock down the way Mike wants to see it done. Darren Hogan. Alton Davis, you were right. He's back on. Davis works his way in, takes a couple shots there from Henry, and Henry checked back to see if the referee was going to call a penalty on him for that. Hurd gets the ball on a nice break for Richmond.
Oh, yeah.
And the high six call, Davis. And that pretty much should be it for tonight's game with that penalty. Mind you, one good thing is that if Victoria does get a hold of the ball, the shot clock won't be running. They may want to pressure a bit to try and get that ball. 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
A bit of a foolish penalty there by Alton Davis, and that should just about do it. Richmond will be content to run the shot clock down and just shoot with a couple seconds left. They're going to have to get a lot of pressure on the ball and hopefully get control and pull their goalie and go 5-on-5, but it's going to be tough now.
A minute 30 left to go in the third period, and we've seen a couple penalties like that.
Play to number 9, Alton Davis. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time and a penalty, 18 minutes and 30 seconds.
8-6 is the score. Mike, I've never seen a team really pay such a heavy penalty for sloppy play as Victoria has tonight. They've just...
Yeah, turning the ball over way too many times, not getting the quality shots inside. And when they did, Dallas Elake was there to stop it. And also the bench penalties.
Yeah.
Just costly mistakes like that. And in this league, you're not going to win if you do that.
They had to pay a hefty penalty on the one time. Then when they had the power play, we talked about it before, had the power play and only had 2 men out. And 3 men were confused as to what to do. By the time they got out there, it was too late.
Another delayed penalty coming here. Another slashing call against Victoria.
I think that's 0-5 frustration coming out on the side of Victoria, and they try another whack on the side there. You can see Webster's not too happy. The captain of Victoria saying, look at the time, you're calling 2 penalties against us.
Victoria penalty to number 20, Paul Michael. 2 minutes for slashing. Time and a penalty, 19 minutes and 5 seconds.
Dave Loudon, the assistant coach, who's looking after things today. The regular coach, Chris Hall, is not in attendance tonight. But no breaks going Victoria's way this evening. 55 seconds left to go. They're down. 2-man advantage. Hamilton, watch closely. Dorman gets the ball away. He's all alone. Call the penalty against Huntley.
An interference call, so they'll just turn the ball over. A little unlucky there for Dorman. He had a free break, so.
We've got 4 attackers on for Payless. Ball goes out to Huntley.
Nobody. There we go. Took a while for the Victoria player to get to the bench so the goalie could get back on.
17 seconds left to go in this game. 8-6. The Richmond Outlaws will even up the record at 4-4. And that's it. The final score is the Richmond Outlaws 8, Victoria Payless 6, and a frustrating night for Victoria coach Dave Loudon. He's sitting in tonight and he got himself, I think one thing is if you have sloppy play and you're down 13-2, well, it happens, you don't worry about it. When you're in the game, when here's the 3 stars.
Number 1, Ken Passfield. And the 3rd star from the Richmond Outlaws, number 55, Brad Henry.
Elliott, Passfield, and Henry are 3 stars for tonight. That seems like a pretty good choice.
Yeah, the goalies played a really big part in tonight's game, 8-6, rather low-scoring game.
I think what we were really fortunate to witness here was the play of Dallas Elliott. He was really exciting and made it an interesting game to watch from a lot of angles.
Yeah, he comes out and he challenges a shooter very well. He's not afraid to throw his body around and get anything it takes to make the save. He's one of the premier goalies in the league this year.
I think it's surprising. You see these guys, and you know, it's almost. I mean, they look awkward in how much protection they've had on them. I've watched it for years, and many years I've watched lacrosse. But how fast Elliott moves is almost in spite of all that gear and everything that he has on.
Yeah, he's one of the quickest lateral movement goalies I've ever seen in the league. So it's a bonus help for Richmond. They play a very tough defense, and with a goalie like that in, it can only help.
Now, from Victoria's standpoint, I thought in a lot of ways, you looked at one soft goal they let go in the first period. The other goal the 2-goal difference is right there. The goal that they had when they didn't get the players on in the power play. That's really got to hurt.
Yeah, sloppy things like that can really cost you the game, and it actually did tonight, the 2 cheap goals that were allowed. Richmond plays a very tough defense. Victoria played tough defense, but Richmond has more goal-scoring players on their team, so they're going to capitalize, and they should be beating this team, and they are.
Right. Now, as far as Richmond's chances against other teams in the league, against Coquitlam, against New West?
Well, New West is still the team to beat. They were last year, and Coquitlam proved that they could beat them. But New West is the team to beat. Other than that, I think Richmond could finish in 2nd place in the league this year. They've got some quality players on their team and guys that are really committed to the game. So there's going to be some changes in Richmond in the next few years.
Next time you find yourself you have a bit of time free at night, I wouldn't venture off to the movies. They're too expensive now. Come out and see the Richmond Outlaws play. It's great lacrosse action here tonight. We really enjoyed it. Saw some sloppy play on part of both sides and some line changes in a few plays here and there, but also saw some great goaltending, great shooting. Cowison, Henry looked outstanding in their shot making.
Yeah, definitely. They've got the guys who can put it in the net. They got the guys who can play defense. They're a well-rounded team, well-coached. I think it'll be heard from in the playoffs, I think, this year.
All right. The final score is the Richmond Outlaws 8, the Victoria Payless 6. That is the final. Senior A lacrosse from the Richmond Arena. Thanks a lot for joining us. Brent Chapman for Mike Claggett and the rest of our crew saying good night, and we'll see you again soon on Rogers Richmond 4.